What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shawn, GILL CPA with Neutron Tax, and in today's video we're going to talk everything about extensions. How do they work? What do they do? How do you file one? So tax extensions are kind of what they sound like. There are a few caveats, but they're relatively straightforward. The idea is that for certain people you may have a very complex tax situation that requires a lot of reporting, a lot of forms, and that stuff is not available, the information is not readily available to you by the normal tax deadline. Or you may have some kind of family issues, a health issue, just some reason that you can't get your tax return done on time by your tax filing deadline. If you're a partnership or an S Corp, that's March 15th of every year, roughly. You know, if it's a holiday or a business or a different day, a weekend, you get a day or two moved around every year. But generally it's March 15th, and for individuals, C corporations, and estates and trusts, that's April 15th. Same rules apply if it falls on a weekend or a holiday. That'll get moved to the next business day. But generally the idea is you can get a 6-month extension if you need more time to get your documents together, put your filing together, some kind of medical issues happen, something like that. You don't really need to give a reason, you just have to file for the extension. Now the form you file, if you are an entity, so an S corporation, a partnership, a C corporation, or an estate or trust, you file the form 7004, 7004. If you're an individual, that's the 4868, the 4868. And then you get a 6-month extension. So if you're an entity that files on March 15th, you'll get a 6-month extension to September 15th. If you're an individual, estate, or C Corp that files on April 15th, you'll get a 6-month extension to October 15th. Now, again, like I said, you don't need to state a reason, you just send the form in, and 99.99% of the time, as long as your name, address, and social security or EIN number match the IRS's database, they will instantly approve your extension. Now, the biggest caveat here is an extension to file your return is not an extension to pay. And I know that doesn't make sense. You're probably thinking, how can I pay my taxes before I file my taxes? Short answer is the IRS doesn't care, figure it out. Now, the way you could figure it out is you can do an estimate, you can get your tax return done roughly and then wait to finish it. Maybe you're waiting on a document or you need more time to really wrap things up and do a review. Basically, they don't care. Come up with a number that is roughly correct, pay that amount in by your deadline, which for everyone paying this is April 15th across the board, essentially, unless you fall into a very, very niche group of people that would not have those deadlines apply, but 99.9% of all taxpayers, it's April 15th. Now, the way to get around having to actually come up with a real estimate of your tax bill is to use the safe harbor estimated tax payment technique that I discussed in one of my other videos, which I will link somewhere here in the description. And that's to make the safe harbor payment, which is if your AGI is $150,000 or more, you pay 110% of last year's taxes in. If your AGI is $150,000 or under, or just under $150,000, then you pay in 90% of last year's taxes. If you do that by the April 15th deadline, you won't get any kind of tax penalties, and then you'll pay the rest in when you do your tax forms by the extension deadline. Now, things to watch out for. The main thing here is your state extensions. Not every single state follows the federal extension guidelines. Now, what that means is that certain states can require you to file a separate extension. So if you just file the federal extensions, which is that form 7004 or the 4868, some states may say, well, you got to do the state version too, otherwise we're not going to honor it. So even though you don't have to file your federal taxes until October 15th, you never filed our state's extension, so your tax return is still due April 15th with us. A lot of states do, though, have automatic 6-month extensions if you file your federal extension. We're based out of Arizona, so Arizona is one of those states actually that has that automatic extension where if I file the federal, automatically the state follows that. I believe California does that as well, but you should definitely check for your individual state or work with a professional that can check for you, such as myself and Neutron Tax. The other thing to watch out for, or just to know actually I should say, because I get this question a lot, is there's a misconception sometimes that people think that if they file an extension, it raises a red flag and that they're more likely to get in trouble with the IRS or get audited, all of that kind of stuff. And that's just not true. I was trying to find the exact statistic while researching for this video, and I couldn't come up with the exact number, but there's some estimates that between 7 to 12%, I'll say, of the US tax-paying population files an extension. It's a pretty common thing to do. It's not some kind of big thing where if you do it, you're going to show up on some radar by the IRS or the state to open up an audit or something. It's a relatively common thing to do. Most very large businesses and companies do this because they never have their data and their books all done by the tax deadline. It's, again, very common. So if you need an extension or want to file an extension, don't hesitate. Feel free to do so. If you need someone at tax time to file an extension for you, or you've filed an extension and you need someone to complete your tax return, you can schedule a call with me at the link in the description below. We can hop on a call, go over your tax situation. I can give you a quote for our fees, and then we can prepare your return completely remotely. If you have any other questions, you can also hit that link and schedule a consultation with me. I appreciate you watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment. I answer all the comments and read all of them, and appreciate all your help with supporting our channel. I will catch you guys in the next video. So that was the end of this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. It helps me grow the channel. If you need help with your taxes, you can book a call with me directly at the link below in the description, and you can also sign up for our email list. We only send out an email about once a month, and that's everything I need to tell you. So I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace. Have a good day. Appreciate the views.